Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Today let's talk about super microcomputer, SMCI. I have never seen a stock like this before. This stock, to say it's on a tear, is underestimating the explosive power of any tear. So this is a stock, we're looking at this slide here. It was up 4.6% on Friday, which is an incredible return, amazing. And then in after hours, it's up another 12.5%. That alone would be a fantastic performance for most stocks for an entire year. And now, if we look at SMCI, the past year, it has returned 918% in 1 year. That, my friends, is almost a 10x. And I've never seen a stock perform like this, not even super hot Nvidia, which everybody knows about and everybody's so excited about. And Nvidia looks like a slow grower compared over here to SMCI. So the things I wanted to talk about right here today is, did any of you guys see this happening 6 months ago, 1 year ago? I know that some people did. None, not you guys on YouTube. So if you are an investor, put it in the comments. Just write down like, I invested in this and let me know when. But I have been keeping my eyes on some successful mutual fund managers, and some of them own this stock not only 6 months ago, a year ago, or more. So they saw something going on. They could recognize things about this company that that made them buy this as their number one position. So I think that's just very intelligent investing. Now, I'll tell you something. I was looking at this company just a few months ago. It was going to be part of my portfolio for 2024, but I passed on it mainly because I was looking at how well this stock performed last year. It was up a couple 100% at least in 2023. And I'm a little bit scared of companies that have grown that fast, that quickly. I thought, you know what, this is probably so overpriced that I will be buying it at the peak, and then I'm going to regret it all next year because something will happen and it will lose a bunch of its stock price. So, one thing I want to share, because I've been reading this book, One Up on Wall Street, by Peter Lynch, who's a brilliant investor. And he says, beware the stock with the exciting name. And under this little heading here, it says, as long as it has advanced, leading, micro, or something else with an X in it, or it's a mystifying acronym, people will fall in love with it. So, anyways, he talks about like beware, and this was written 20 or 30 years ago. But he says beware of any company with micro in it. Any of these obscure names if it has an X in the title. So I just think it's funny because this not only has micro, but it has super in it, and so it has all of these big superlatives. It just seems very exciting. But no, I'm not going to argue with the return that this stock has had. The question I ask myself is, what did I not see, or why did I not invest in this even a few months ago? And I think it's mostly because I'd seen how hot it had been. But there are a couple things that maybe suggested to me that it would have been a good idea to invest. One is, I read a little bit about Charles Liang, and I could tell that he was a really smart guy, super intelligent, and he started his company right around the same time, 1993-ish, that Jensen Huang started Nvidia. So not only were they starting their companies in the same state at about the same time, they were actually friends. And I'll just click here so you can see. They have been friends, and they have been starting and growing their companies kind of together. And I knew this at the end of last year. I watched some videos on YouTube, and he seemed like a really friendly guy and good sense of humor. And he mentioned being good friends with Jensen Huang and kind of the relationship between SMCI, super microcomputer, and Nvidia. So what I didn't really dig deep enough to learn about is that even though their products aren't actually chips, they're not creating the actual semiconductor, they're making things that are really useful. They're the modules. They store the chips. So a data center, for example, needs a way to store all of these NVIDIA chips, and a lot of them are very elaborate. They need a place to slide them into, and then plug in the power, and then plug in the data connection. And that's what SMCI does. They make modular systems that you can put your chips into or your GPUs into and make it very easy to plug and play. Just two plugs basically plug in and you're powered and your data is transferring. And now that I look back, it's like, as Nvidia does well, maybe SMCI will as well. And now this is a slide here, and this is just a screenshot from my YouTube search results. And in these two videos, you can see Jensen Huang in the top video, and then you can see Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, in the other one. And I haven't even watched these videos yet, but what strikes me right away is I did a little bit of searching on Google, and I realized that Charles Liang, the CEO of Supermicro Computer, is from Taiwan, and Jensen Huang also happens to be from Taiwan, and Lisa Su is also Taiwanese. So I'm seeing a trend here, which is some of these really brilliant leaders and innovators in the semiconductor field were actually born in Taiwan, and they have a very strong talent when it comes to running companies involved in semiconductors. And not only that, as you can see from this slide here, they seem to be friends with each other. I know that Charles Liang said that he and Jensen have been friends for about 30 years at least. And now you see that Charles Liang and Lisa Su are also friends. So it seems as though he is in really good company. I am not speaking to whether this stock is a good value or is a good, purchase or not. And I should say that right up front is that this is not investing advice. I do not own shares of Supermicro Computer. I wish I had bought this stock earlier because, as you can see, it has been hotter than Nvidia, and there really aren't that many companies you can say that about. So anyways, I'm interested. If you clicked on this video, does that mean you invested in SMCI? Tell me in the comment section, just let me know. And if you didn't invest in SMCI, why didn't you? You're probably asking the same question I am. Like, why did I not think to invest in this? Because there are a lot of people who invested in other semi companies or capital equipment companies like Air Test Systems who are licking their wounds and seeing their stocks down 30%, 40% this year. And here we have this other company that everybody kind of knew about last year. Everybody was talking about it, but nobody, I think, knew that it would be up as much as it has again in 2024. So let me know what you think. If you want more videos about SMCI or any other semi stock, just let me know in the comments. I'm really focusing on semiconductor stocks and on this sector this year. And I'm happy to share whatever I find out with you guys in these videos. So if you're not yet a subscriber, you're new to the channel, my strengths are investing in semiconductor stocks, and I also take deep dives on occasion into ETF investing because I invest both directly in stocks and in ETFs. And when it comes to semi stocks, my portfolio this year of 10 stocks is mostly small cap or micro cap stocks, although I do have a couple like On Semiconductor and STM Micro and Synopsys, which are larger companies. So with that said, thanks so much for stopping by today. Let me know what you think in the comments about SMCI. Give it a thumbs up if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.